Alright, well, I guess our sound works now.
Hi.
Which, very sad that I'm not gonna have any of that to have on recording, but at the same time, we were having a great time. So, you know, not
Either
too
way,
sad.
man. I'm sorry to hear that, but at the same time, like, the immersion has been off the hook tonight.
Yes. I'm, like, sad, but also, like, we were having a great time, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Well, fucking A, dude, our recap's gonna be bomb as fuck.
Yeah, there we go. I'll have to, like, type that out.
But it's working now?
Yeah, it's working now. I just, like, had to, like, tweak a setting, and it was, like, beeply boop. And I just, like, it was, like, the one time I didn't fucking check it. Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
FML. Okay, hold on. You have to fix one thing. There we go. Okay. Okay, so backing it up just slightly. Molly, the shopkeep, asked you what Zybilna was working on before the incident, so before the realm fell. And, while Harper does not have a good insight into what was actually going on in Zybilna's workshop, no one knows that except Harper. And what Zybilna was working on was so big that she couldn't help but tell Harper, or like let her in a little bit on what she was thinking about. It kind of involves some controversial ingredients. And also it was risky.
Stem cells?
Yeah, stem cells. No, and
Unicorn horns, perhaps.
yes, unicorn horns, exactly. And but she was trying to get it to the point where, like, it was going to be, like, less costly, but she hadn't quite gotten it there. And Harper, you sort of disagreed with this one on the unicorn thing. You're not for the killing of unicorns, never have been, never will be. And also, this process is very dangerous for her cauldron. And it could break the cauldron, and then it's like breaking like a one-of-a-kind magical art, you know, thing. But her whole thing is her working on this spell would be able to fix anything like that. So yeah. Yeah. I do have secrets from Loomlurch, but I will need an equal amount of secrets or something else of value. You know,
I mean,
rule of reciprocity and all that jazz.
of course, of course. Well, which would you rather first, the memory or the secret?
Well, I am quite curious about the secret.
and a secret you shall have. And I slowly approach her ear, and I delicately whisper that I don't have like the finer details, but that she was working on a wish spell. It doesn't, and I tell her, it doesn't exist like at all yet. It was just in development. And that's truly like all I know.
Ah, yes. The wish spell. Many have said they could cast it. Many have claimed that they can cast it. Oh, but so rare and such a delicate thing. Quite the challenge indeed.
We spent many sleepless nights working on that. We'll never truly know if, until she's in power again, if that's even something she would try once more.
Well, I hope for the sake of the realm that at least these hags are banished.
As do I. As do I. But I'll do something a little more cheerful. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
She sort of perks up and she comes over to you and she sort of like puts her hands like almost as if she's gonna put her hands on your shoulders, but instead with both hands, you saw with Will she only did like with the one hand, it was just quick. And then this, she sort of takes her time a little bit more, trying to extract the memory as gently and wholly as possible. And she takes basically, like, not all of your memories from the day, but just, like, she takes, like, little, almost like snippets, like, almost like cutting out pieces of, like, a movie a little bit, where she just takes, like, little, so you lose just, like, a couple of seconds of, like, her father, like, seeing her mother for the first time in her dress, that sort of thing. Them kissing, the ceremony, them dancing, flashes of them throughout the night. And you can see that she, like, a little tear rolls down. She goes, I thank you very kindly.
Of all the people to have that, of course. It belongs to you. Those should be yours.
She nods and she sort of hands you the scroll that she took away from Zindi earlier, and she goes, well, I can't say I hold much love in my heart for your companion, but I am very moved by your action, and I know your heart to be true if you were at my father's wedding, so here you are then. So her hands over the scribe.
Molly, thank you once again so much for your kindness, your hospitality, your patience. Yes.
She nods when you say patience, like, and she goes, It's good to see someone who still believes in the old ways. And she goes, travel well, friends.
Until we meet again, my darling, and I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Always and forever we shall remember this moment. Isn't that right, Boba? Yes, indeed!
And she looks extremely fondly at you and Boba, and she goes, kindly met, my lords. And she winks at Boba. So yeah, you guys.
What weapons did we end up getting?
So basically, Boba now has Cloak of Protection. You have a Modify Memory, potion. You guys did end up getting a Scribe of Protection from Faye specifically. And then we're gonna say that Winterbow got a, +2 weapon. And, oh yeah, and then, Will got, a new instrument. Which is gonna let him learn, a new spell or something. And then, Sloane got a +1, bow.
Right on.
Yeah, so she's beefed up. Shit. The Scribe of Protection is good. It's very, very good. So, as you guys come out, you guys see Zindi sort of sheepishly petting Junebug.
Yeah, Junebuggy is kind of curled up, and I'm she's taking a nap, and I'm just kind of sitting against her, and I kind of my head, I kind of droop my head in shame and wave at everyone and say, sorry about that whole thing back there.
Oh, it happens. I do it all the time.
Thank you for your understanding, my liege. I knew you'd get it.
Oh yeah, I've definitely made people feel like I am unpalatable more than my fair share that I can count.
I catch a whiff of Meow Wolf's just kind of froggy smell, and my nose crinkles a little bit, and I nod in understanding.
Indeed, when you smell like swamp, nobody wants a pair of that womp womp. Or is it a womp womp?
Alright, that's it, folks. We're gonna call it a net. No, I'm not gonna recover from that.
I politely hand the scroll to Zindi.
What? Harper? How'd you get this?
Hospitality!
Well, I think there's a lesson in that, or somehow, or somewhere.
Zindi, you have forgotten the old ways.
I have.
This is a reminder in this moment that you forget that you are Fae.
Yes.
May this be a good reminder to you that, yes, it's been quite some time since the last time you've been here, but rules are rules, isn't that right, Mike?
Indeedy schmeedy. I do agree.
Anyway, yes, so the scroll is now yours and yours to keep. Do with that what you wish. All of us were able to get some things, and I just have my potions for just in case I get, knocked out again. But
so
a deal was a deal.
I'm gonna drop what the Scribe of Protection does, but essentially, it's a one-time use of, you get a unpenetrable shield for Fae. So if you had to leave in a hurry, or if you were in a fight and you were just I'm just gonna womp on these bitches, one of the two. it's like a force field for 5 minutes, which is several rounds of combat.
Yeah.
Like a minute's like 6 rounds or something like that. So 5 minutes would be like 30 rounds.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. Yeah, so you guys sort of start making your way out to the Goblin Market. And I'm gonna say that you guys take a short rest. I don't think you guys have really spent too many spells, or maybe fucking Zindi over here using wild ass spell slots.
That's just Zindi being Zindi.
Yeah, you know.
Did you use second level, Zindi?
I did.
How many? 2?
Just one. I think just one. Yeah.
I used one second level and 1 third level. Actually, 2 third. No, I used 2 third levels.
Oh, so a long rest
take a
might
short
be
rest.
good. But the long rest reposes the third level spells. I think only a short rest does what?
Got it. Well, I mean, all of my third level spells are, most of them are, I guess I use some of I have like wound curing, but most of them are just, aren't that useful in, other.
Oh no, that's fine. I just want to make sure that your spell slots are full for whatever you need in case we encounter things. So I just wanted to know if we needed to camp out, chill, have some foodies. with the little children's.
It's still pretty early in the day, but yeah. So you guys start marching your way towards Loomlurch. It's not that far. You guys start hearing like the commotion of the Goblin Market. Harper, you know it's really only like 10 stalls or something, but it is like the goblins come and they buy their candy for the day, and they trade like gossip and intelligence.
Is that what we're headed to, like, right now, this very second?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
We were trying to rest for a minute, but it seems
You're
like
gonna
we
rest
were
to like
close.
disguise yourselves.
Perfect.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I forget.
Go
What
for
did I say I was gonna... Did I say... Am I already disguised? I forget if we did that already.
No, we haven't.
Well,
But
you were dressed well enough to not be associated with royalty. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Thanks, my lord.
Okay, so let's see here. So, Zindi,
Like,
you
I was able to
have-
be dismissive.
You have the spell Disguise Self.
I
So
do.
That's your... You're gonna spend that to disguise yourself
I'm gonna
with.
use it. Yes, I'm
It's only a
disguised.
it's only a first level.
It is.
And it is a DC 15 intelligence check to determine if you are a goblin or not. So yeah, you do like a pretty good job. I mean, you're tall
Yeah.
for a goblin.
Yeah, I'm definitely a tall goblin, but look, I play goblin basketball.
You're like a very beautiful goblin. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, and then Harper. I'm just gonna say
Alter
that-
self.
Yeah. Oh, you have alter self. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how come you've been so infiltrated, is because you like are really good at it. And then Will is also gonna come with you.
And be my helper at the stall.
Yep. And he goes, well, I guess I could be, like you could be bringing me to Scabatha. She does have those wanted posters for me all over the place, but that kind of would just draw a ton of attention on us. No, I'll be a goblin.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee, my darling, that we'd be able to break you out again, because they'd probably set you aside somewhere.
Yeah, I'm goblin height. And he is going to. I'm just gonna say he has a disguise kit. And he does an okayish job. He's definitely the right height.
Yeah.
Which Harper is as well. And then Zindi's just like, okay, it's kind of just like a tall goblin. You guys saw a short goblin earlier, so it's not like unheard of. And Zindi, you are going to just before you guys get too close, this tree that we're at right here, you're gonna actually tell what are the instructions you're gonna give to Juniper. I'm gonna say that you have trained her enough at this point where like you can basically say, I will give you a signal if shit gets dire.
Yes.
And you come running. It's like a one time you call her and then she starts killing everyone.
She knows the special whistle.
Special whistle. Sick. Okay. And I'm gonna say I think Meow Wolf actually has a whistle.
Perfect.
I think I do.
I'm just gonna yeah. Is it cool with you, Meow Wolf, if I say that Zindi took over the whistle? Cool. Alright, so you guys start breaking off. Who wants to, since you guys sort of know how to come up, you guys know that the right would be the way to get into the goblin market. So Zindi, Harper, and Will are gonna go to the goblin market, and the Meow Wolf with Boba, Winterbow, and Sloane as their bodyguards, and Snoodles as their Doberman guard dog. And now here's the question. Do you want to send Keeks with Zindi, Harper, and Will as like a come get me if some shit goes down? Or do you want to have Keeks with you?
No, I absolutely want to send Keeks with Zindi. In fact, I remember Keeks was perched on Zindi's shoulder.
Correct.
And
earlier that morning, yeah.
Right, and I do believe that Keeks was just kind of like lingering around Zindi the whole time in a discreet manner, as he does.
Aww.
So he's just kind of like waddling around Zindi's wardrobe in little pockets or in places where he's not very noticeable. So he's been with her the whole time.
Cute.
I don't mean to backtrack, but did Molly share that secret with me in return? Because I did ask if there was anything that we should be wary of as we go beyond.
Oh, yes. Yes, my bad, yes. We'll retcon and say that Molly did tell you about one. She says that, she confirms that Granny Nightshade has a dragon. However, it is not the fearsome beast that everyone thinks it is. It is a baby dragon. And she says, however, it's still fearsome. Like, it is extremely territorial, but it's not just like a huge, massive dragon.
Got it.
So, that's one.
Dragons
and then,
are still strong.
Yeah. And she also mentions that the place has a lot of boggles around, Harper, you know that boggles are born of, like, intense loneliness, which would make sense because the children that are trapped there. And you're sort of, like, putting two and two together because you know that boggles sort of secrete, like, an oily substance, so you're like, oh, she needs it for the workshop. In, like, the toys and stuff. So it's just like a fucked up circle of, like, you know, the children create loneliness, and then they create boggles, and then the boggles are good for the toys, which the children are working on. It's just a whole hot ass mess. So you're just like, nasty. And then she, like, warns you that like, there are things on the ground, like, she's like, just you know, she's like, there's like a protection around it, and that while Loomlurch looks like you can just walk into it and whatnot, it's not quite so.
Noted.
Gentle.
Noted. Cool. Thank you.
Cool. Okay, so, we're gonna go to, Harper and Zindi, Will and Keeks, first. So you guys come on up. And Will sort of has been talking a tough game thus far, but is a little, now that he's sort of back on the grounds, is like, oof, you know, this is like rough, like, being back. So he's a little hesitant, but he is trying to really put on, like, I'm a leader, you know, face. Even though the other kids aren't here to see him, he's not gonna puss out.
Totally understandable.
Go ahead and make a perception check, you guys.
Oh, let's see.
Wow, not too good. I guess my disguise, like, I don't know. There's like a bunch of hair in my eyes because of like my new, like, style. I have bangs, and my bangs are just, like, really getting in front of my eyes, and I rolled a 12, so I just can't see anything.
Okay.
21.
Oh, cool.
Fantastic. And yeah, so you guys kind of, you know, look around, and you see Harper. You actually recognize this person. You see Chucklehead, who is a goblin. He's sort of the head goblin here. The interesting about Chucklehead, though, is while he refers to himself as a goblin, like, he looks like a sort of like a toffee apple. And he has a really horrifying face. Like, it almost looks like a jack-o'-lantern apple. And, like, the eyes are, they sort of just have, like, black holes in the middle. And with the 21, you see him walking towards you guys.
That is kind of scary.
Oh, that is scary.
Yeah.
He's definitely scary looking. I'm not even gonna front.
Yeah, he's straight up kind of scary. I'm like, should I stammer? Should I be like, I'm the king of these Dundeers? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
I think I like quietly under my breath just say to everyone around me, don't worry. Just let me do most of the talking. You are
Sounds good.
You are my assistant, and that's all they need to know.
Yes, ma'am.
Fair enough.
And you gotta go ahead and Harper, so you had been there for a couple weeks, but you have been gone for like 2 weeks or whatever. And Chucklehead has always looked like that. You know one thing is for certain. You do not talk about Chucklehead's head. No. This is against the rules. Under no circumstances do you mention his head. Other than that, he definitely, you remember him kind of being stern, not unfair, definitely not malevolent like Scabatha, but is here to sort of like keep the order and the peace. So, but you had like a decent rapport with him. And so he comes up, and he sort of waves as he approaches, and you're sort of like, huh, okay, yeah.
Hey there, Chucklehead.
Oh yeah, greetings.
Good to see you again.
Yeah. What was your fake goblin name that you gave everyone, Harper?
You know, that's a wonderful question.
Gripple?
Zeal.
Here we go. Okay. Yeah.
No, wait. Churd. Just kidding.
Turd. Yes, turd.
Okay.
Yes, indeed,
Absolutely.
turd.
Yeah. Turd, how you been doing?
Oh, well, you know. Okay, I guess. How's this been?
Oh, you know, same old. And as he says that, you see out of one of his eyes a worm just like pokes out.
What the fuck?
And then like crawls across his face and goes in the other eye.
Oh. I pulled back my ability to snatch that worm out of his face with my tongue.
You're not here right now.
So I think about that in a lucid dream.
You guys are like, Meowwolf's gonna lose their shit when we tell them this.
Bad.
Harper, this takes you by surprise.
Oh,
You've
dear.
never seen this before. Also, you don't remember Chucklehead like being this nice.
Can I roll like insight to see like why he's being so friendly?
For sure.
Well,
You're like 98% certain he did not have a worm living in his head before, or at least he had never mentioned it. And you would think okay, while no one talked to Chucklehead, mentioned his head to his face, that is all anyone ever talked about behind his back.
So then is the worm, like, eating all the mean parts of his brain, and now that's all that's left is him being nice? Because that'd be great. No?
May have. You rolled a 12, so I don't think Harper knows that for sure. But yeah, you guys, and he goes, yeah, you know, another day, another piece of candy keeps the children at bay, and you're sort of like, what? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
I think I do like a really like forced laugh, like ah.
He also laughs at like his own jokes. He's like, hey. Yeah. So listen, Stats has been keeping your stall warm for you. You know how the kids love the chocolate animals, but who you got here?
Oh, these are just some assistants of mine to help me with the shipment. Getting old these days, you know. That's all.
Yeah, I know how that is. Sure. And what are their names? He sort of like looks over and gives like a good once over to old Zindi and Will here. Let's see if they can meet.
I have names.
Oh, do you?
Sure do.
Okay.
If you have them already, then.
Oh no, I don't have them. Zindi, you got a name? Real quick before Harper bestows some.
Yes. Glarg.
Love it.
Of course.
Of course, this here is Glarg.
I curtsy.
Cousin of Glarg.
Yes. I curtsy.
And this here is. Does Will have a name?
He goes, Weast.
Here's Winced. Glog and Winced.
Alright, cool. And he sort of is like, well, I'll leave you to it. And he sort of like walks off. Harper extremely perplexing. Normally he would be like all over you, asking you to like look at your supplies and just like way more up in your slot. And you're like, what the fuck? But you're gonna go talk to Stess, who was just like another goblin who worked at the market. Pretty much everyone who works at the market, again, they don't really work for Scabatha per se, but like it's a mutually beneficial thing of like they get, you know, protection and being so close to it, and like she doesn't actively harm them, and like the business is booming.
I love to hear capitalism driving.
Absolutely.
I mean, my name is Meow Wolf Driver, after all. Driver to some.
I go up to the stall and I say, "Hey there."
Oh, how you doing? Stess is a portly, sort of older lady goblin. She is just a sort of like, she's actually kind of nice. She was like your neighboring stall, and she is sort of like been at the goblin market like the longest, and she sort of just like watches people's stuff, and she just, you know, she's been here for a second. Oh,
How's the stall been?
hell, you know, it's good. Who are these?
This here's Glog. This here's Winst.
All right. Well, pleasure to meet you two. Listen, Char, let me take you back over here real quick. She kind of like pulls you over into like the sort of back area where like you kept the supplies, and she goes, "Hey, listen." Something happened to Chucklehead, and well,
Is he alright?
yes and no. Well, he fell asleep on some wet earth, and a worm crawled into his brain, and is now eating his brain. The issue is it's eating all the parts that are going bad first. And so he's like way nicer now, but I also think he's gonna die soon because the worm's gonna eat his head. He's already eaten through the eye sockets. It was already creepy before. We could all agree. We all knew it. It's way creepier now.
Yeah, he came to greet me as we were coming over here to the stall, and we saw the worm, but we didn't talk about the worm, and I just thought, oh, maybe the worm's been there.
Oh, jeez, that must have been horrifying. Oh, and I didn't even have time to tell you, Jesus.
It just crawled out and then back in.
Oh, yeah, I mean, listen, it's been quite the 2 weeks. It's been quite the 2 weeks, but,
This happened only in 2 weeks? That's insane. So, I mean, poor guy, but when do we think he's gonna keel over?
I think he's got about 2 more weeks. I feel like most of the inside is gone now.
Oh no. Well,
Oh no, he seems kind of happy.
Well, when the time happens, that's how you want to go, right? You want to go happy.
Sure. And she's sort of like, I mean, I work at a goblin, she's sort of like, sure, I work at a goblin market, and yeah, the realm's taken over by 3 evil hags, absolutely. She's sort of like, well, I just thought I'd let you know. Seems like you already knew, but that's been the big gossip around. And then she goes, now, with this sort of niceness taken over, Chucklehead. Now listen, you know how I feel about the children, like, do I wish it was different? Sure, but like, who am I to change the system anyway?
Oh my god.
Listen, he's feeling a little soft for the children lately. Especially Mishka. At this, you almost sort of like, Will's not in here, but, my bad. Retcon. Shh, nothing happened. But yeah, he's like, I think it's getting a little soft on the girl. She's had Scabatha's ire for some time.
That is interesting. Well, what's gonna happen to the girl if he dies?
I think I'm more concerned with what's gonna happen to the girl if Scabatha finds out that her goblin boss is protecting her.
Yeah. I'll be fine.
And then she sort of like leans in again, real close, and she goes, "Listen, we're all scared of Scabatha.
Of course.
I just don't want to see anyone get hurt."
You've been a dear friend this entire time since I came here, and I appreciate you. I don't know the inner workings of that woman's compound, but I can assure you that we will all be okay.
And she sort of like puts like a clawed hand on your arm, and she goes, "Us goblins got to stick together, huh?" And sort of gives you like a quick arm, pat, and it goes, "Okay, let's go back to your friends. Can't leave them hanging around. The other goblins talk their ears off."
I think, like, before we get back to Glarg and Winced, I think I look over at her one more time and I just say, you know, if anything should ever happen, just know that we'd be here for you and make sure that nothing happens.
Stess kind of like looks at you a little bit, and she's sort of like, sure, Turd. Like I always said, don't rock the boat."
Yup, and I go back to the group.
Okay, cool. We are going to cut to Meow Wolf and the other half of the crew. So Meow Wolf, you bring up the front, and you walk over a creaky, long bridge. And you guys sort of, try and look your absolute best, to appear as royal as possible. Go ahead and give me a performance with advantage, Meow Wolf.
Okay. 1.
Oh.
Roll 2. So this is an 18 and a 12. So an 18.
Okay. You guys kind of get together. You guys are really truly looking like a squad here. And as you guys come up to the door, you guys see, one second here. Sort of the door, it's nestled between like these twisted roots. and it's kind of just eerily beautiful. It's Meow Wolf, you definitely appreciate it because it's sort of like it is dark and scary, but it is still nature and like mushrooms and moss are everywhere and whatnot. And
I hear the nature sounds and I breathe in deeply.
yeah, you're sort of like you're almost calm as you approach the door. What do you guys do when you get, or what do you do when you come up to the door?
I mean, is the door unlocked? Do we need a key? Like, do we need a locksmith? Like, what's an investigation check gonna cost me?
You can just do an investigation check, yeah.
Alright. Let's see here. Oof. I have my finger up my nose and I'm investigating if I have any boogers.
Goddamn.
I rolled an 8.
Do you,
Ocho.
Yeah, do you knock? Do you try the handle?
I literally am picking my nose and going like, what the fuck do we do next? And I flick my little booger onto the door and it sticks on there.
Okay. I think like Boba does just as you do and starts furiously picking his nose.
Incredible, but also cute. Wait, you guys have? Oh, yeah, I guess. Frogs have noses.
Yeah, I'm just like, beats me. I'm just like flicking my fucking poisonous fucking boogers at the door. and Boba is totally just following suit. I love it. Snoodles is chasing his tail.
Winterbow sort of like looks around. Keeks is with your other crew.
With Zindi, yes.
Winterbow sort of like looks at this display of intelligence before him. Deeply sighs, steps over Snoodles, and pushes the door with his long staff. It opens. And he goes, "My lord?"
Yes, I was waiting for someone to be gentlemanly and open a pathway.
Of course,
Indeed,
my lord.
Indeed. And I walk through. Boba believes me.
Boba like flicks his cape like behind him super extravagantly, and he goes, "Yes, my lord." Like follows you. Sloane like gives a look at Winterbow, and they just do the all right. Snoodles comes bounding in after you.
I whisper to Boba casually, "See, when you fake ignorance, the deed gets done for you. At no cost to you."
No, stop ruining Boba.
It's
just a little lad.
Oh my god.
At no cost to you.
God damn it.
And I just go, "Boba, we cannot take a lot of hits. We gotta protect ourselves."
God damn it.
Lesson number 1, curiosity is what kills the satyr.
He's like, absolutely, my lord. So when you guys come in, the door was pretty big, but Winterbow was able to literally just like, and as you guys walk in, the ceiling, all of the ceilings look like they're about the same size, 8 feet tall. It doesn't have like a ton of decoration or anything in it, but you guys do see 4 armchairs, which encircle a small little table, and the table is laid out for tea service.
Are we about to have a tea party?
And the tea service, it's sort of like mismatched cups and stuff. All very fine china and whatnot, and all lovely silverware, just from different sets. And there's a large fireplace off to one side, a few other chairs in the corner. Other than that, there's just a large green and red jack-in-the-box.
I look to Boba and I go, "Behold, the box of death. You never know when something's gonna pop up and scare the crap out of you." And I look over and am I able to like inspect this and try to like make this thing pop open?
Yeah, if you guys want to do an investigation check, I mean, it's just you, so I'm just gonna say you're gonna make everything with advantage because you have hella hoes giving you the help action.
I'm glad because I rolled a 9 and a 4.
Ooh.
Like I said, I am picking my boogers and flicking them at things.
I mean, they sent you to create a distraction, not necessarily to get anything done. So
I am feeling really on top of the world. I'm feeling like nothing can touch me in Boba right now. I'm just flicking my boogers at everything.
So, do you you want to try and pop open the box?
I have a shitty investigation check. Is there any way that I can check for traps otherwise?
You got some magic to do that?
Let's see. Can I... Is Snoodles with me?
Snoodles is with you.
Alright. Let me see. Let me see what I got here. Do I have something that I can... Oh, can I like, cast my bow at it to see if touching it sets it off?
Touch your bow to it?
Like, can I, like, shoot it?
Okay, sure. Make an attack roll.
Alright. Let me just roll a d20 on that. Wait, where's my... I just want to make sure it's not trapped and, like, fuck shit up. So let me just very quickly go through my long list of things. Alright. Ooh. Axe, dart, club. I don't know where my thing is. I'm gonna have a sling hit it. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Does a 12 hit it?
Oh yeah. So you hit the box. And nothing really happens.
Okay, so I go up to check it and see if it's unlocked and if it's open.
It's not open, but there is I mean, what the box has outside of it is like a sort of like young boy and girl child playing in like a little field of flowers. They're kind of like creepy children, but it's a classic Jack in the Box. It has a crank and that's like it, but you try and pry it open and you can't.
Can I move the crank to open it?
Yeah.
Alright, I crank the crank to open it up and see what's inside.
Alright. It makes the classic I don't think Meow Wolf would have actually been too familiar with Jack in the Boxes, to be honest.
I hate that. It sounds so creepy.
Meow Wolf, roll me a d8.
All right, let's see here. D8 coming your way. A 1. Oh, sorry, a 7. A 7.
Okay. The box opens. It's like, as on the final note, the box springs open. There's nothing in it.
All of that for nothing. I shot a good arrow, a very good arrow at it, just to make sure it wasn't trapped. See, Boba, you always make sure stuff isn't trapped. So there's absolutely nothing that leads me to anything. It's just an empty box.
It's just an empty box.
So we move forward.
It's a big box. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me ask something real quick. Harper, did you? I mean, you were having a conversation in front of Meow Wolf about what dangers lie in Loomlurch, right?
Yes.
Meow Wolf, you remember the part about Scabba that has a baby dragon around here.
Yes.
So you're just like, this is a big box. And then you're also like, she is called the Toy Maker. Who the fuck knows what was in here?
Or supposed to be.
Yeah.
Got it. So that's kind of twisted. So I move forward in this situation with I'm with Stoodles, Boba. Is there anybody else with me?
Oh yeah, you have Winterbow and you have Sloan.
Winterbow and Sloan. Okay. So Winterbow and Sloan, we proceed forward, see if we can get ourselves closer to our destination.
So you try and go through the next door, right?
Yes.
Right. You guys approach the next door. This time, Meow Wolf, you're sort of like, you know what? I'm just gonna try the door this time. And you sort of like do the thing where like you're expecting it not to work. So you almost like put too much like weight on it, and you almost like fall forward. And we're gonna cut back to Harper, Zindi, and Will. All right, so we cut back. Stess has sort of just ended their conversation with Churd. And as you come out, Will's sort of been like so just like on their best behavior, doesn't want to catch anyone's attention or anything, and has sort of just stood at the front the whole time.
Yes, well. Time to get to work. And I, like, usher them to the stall.
Cool. So you guys go to your prospective stall. Next stall over. And you guys just you guys like have a minute to like set up and like talk amongst yourselves and sort of plan what your next move is.
So, from what I was told, that, so the big, scary apple-headed man. His
The
name is
what?
Chucklehead, and he's slowly dying.
Oh, that seems. I mean, that explains the worm. I guess. I guess he's already started to die, and that's just he's decaying.
Yes. And the worm is eating the decaying parts of his brain. Anyway, so that's why he's nice. Normally, he's not this nice.
Oh, because he's half alive, so he's usually meaner when he's alive.
Yes.
Oh, terrifying! Thank God he's almost dead.
Well, with that said, from what I understand, he's been, since he's been nicer, he's been a little more lenient towards people and things. And I turn over to Will, and I share the news about, I basically just relay the whole conversation I had with the other with the other goblin to them.
Wow, fascinating. Oh, I guess am I also hearing it or just Will?
Well, yeah, no, both of you, yeah.
Fascinating. Good job, Harper, getting all that information. I don't know if I would have been able to do that.
Oh, thanks. It's all part of the disguise, I suppose. Although, I am starting to get a little bit of a soft spot for that one.
Wormhead?
Oh God, no.
Oh, thank God.
No, not that horrifying, bitch.
No. But, while we have the opportunity, we should perhaps use to our advantage the fact that he's, losing it, so to say. How should we what should we do now?
Oh man. I'm not
I think
sure.
I also kind of look to Will.
Okay.
Do you mention Mishka to Will?
Yes. The whole conversation, so
Okay,
including
cool.
Mishka.
So I think at Mishka, Will, perks up and is like, oh, Mishka's still alive? Oh, thank God. Thank goodness. Mishka's a friend. Mishka's one of the ones I wanted to break out. She's really such a sweetie. You said Chucklehead is protective of her? I can understand why.
I don't think he was before, darling, but now, for some reason, with the worm, he is.
Real pity that he's gonna die soon.
Well, we should use this to our advantage somehow. And so with that, since you're more familiar with this place, what do you think we should do?
Will thinks about it for a second, and he's like, well, I mean, the others are probably inside, but I know she does have traps, and she has cradle fall around the premises a lot. The issue with us lurking around is, we could run into red caps, or scarecrows, or Scabatha herself when she's in the garden. And he goes, our job is really to alert as many children as we can. We need to, and also find my parents. And he goes, we at least need to get into the kitchens.
Good idea, Will.
In that case, the goblins themselves have not been very happy with their position here. While it does provide them some protection, they do feel like, working conditions are not that great, so on and so forth. Why don't we create a distraction? Create an uprising.
Wow. What do you think would work? What gets goblins going?
We could plant the seed in their head that, we as goblins are worthy, and that we do deserve better working conditions, and for one, I don't think we actually get paid.
Terrible. Wonderful. Oh, I suddenly shine, my eyes glimmer, and I turn to Harper and say, so you're suggesting we encourage the goblins to form a union?
Well, right now a strike, but yes.
A strike, even better.
Oh. Yes.
It might take a little bit of time because we don't know how everybody feels about it. So the goblins like they like to gossip.
Of course.
If we lie and say that, I heard that so and so is considering blah 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 blah, then we go to another person and say, this person said that we should do this. What do you think about that?
Wonderful, wonderful news, Harper. Besides the fact that I love unions, striking, and believe everyone should get fair wages, I also am, and I wink, very, very charming. I pull out my pan flute as well, and I say, leave this to me. And I run over to the first closest booth I can find.
Okay.
Hold on one second. One of the cats is up to no good. Let me go grab her.
Cat break?
Hey,
okay.
Hey.
Didn't think we were gonna start an uprising, did ya?
Sorry,
I mean,
all better.
honestly, that's fucking amazing.
I am really, really tired. Can we save the uprising for the next?
Absolutely. This is also perfect because you're with Will, who's also a bard, so he's gonna be able to give you a help action on that.
Oh my god, bonding of two people who for some reason look similar, but we don't know why yet.
Weird, yeah.
Weird, wow.
Super weird how that works. Yeah. I'm gonna end the stream.
Okay.
We did like a good 2 hours, but I'll write the recap so that we actually remember what happened. Sorry about the sound being off for like the first hour plus.
No worries.